Sideways issue 7. Dan Didio writing, Kenneth Rockefort's back on art. Matt, did you read this issue?
I did read this issue,
Yeah,
and I'm back in. I enjoyed this more than the last one.
So it's funny. So I'm laughing because immediately you're like, yeah, I'm back in, baby. I'm back in. Sideways has got me.
We all know that I love a couple things in comics: continuity and reintroducing the Seven Soldiers of Victory in a concept like Sideways. I feel now Sideways isn't going anywhere. Granted, the Seven Soldiers are this mystical, have they existed, will they always exist kind of characters, but the fact that there's an opening and we get to see them in Sideways tells me he's kind of a character that's going to be around for the long run.
Yeah, they basically come by the end and like, hey, we need your help, because he's like, oh, well, there's 7 soldiers and like there's only 6 of you. Very observational of you. We need to find our 7th member. Let's come and help us with that. Dark multiverse, all this stuff's happening. But this, of course, happens, whilst he's mourning his mother's death, because that's what happened at the end of the last issue. And him and his dad don't have a great relationship. He's been very confrontational. He goes to the, because he sideways into the morgue. He riffs into the morgue, and he's like, because I think what hit me the most, because last issue he kept like ignoring his mum's phone calls, and in this issue he brings up his phone and there's 12 missed calls from his mum that's still sitting there on his phone.
And he still keeps going back and looking at him.
Yeah, and it's like, oh man, this is kind of hurting. And he's been, he goes and speaks to his mother's body, and then he goes to school, and he gets so upset when this bully, says something bad about his mum, and he's been kind of mad at Ernie and not listening to her, but he gets so mad at this bully that he just, not only does he punch him with his strength that sends him flying, which makes everyone like, wait, how strong is he? He opens a rift. When they say something like you have to cool down, stay hydrated. He's like, oh, be hydrated, that's a good idea. He opens a rift to a waterfall and lets the water pour into the school. And Ernie's like, what have you just done? You've just like thrown away all your secrets. He's like, well, secrets what got my mum dead, so maybe I shouldn't have a secret. So one of the things that the 7 soldiers say is that if you help us, we'll erase the last hour from the memories of everyone around you, so that we can put your identity back in place. But I kind of I liked him lashing out like this. It felt very real to me, because they're doing essentially the build up to the Uncle Ben death, right? That's essentially what this is from, is his mum's Uncle Ben, and even to the fact that she adopted him, kind of like Uncle Ben did. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense that he would lash out, that he would get angry, and that he would do this. And seeing him actually go this far, and obviously they're going to reverse it most likely with the 7 soldiers, but that's fine. I got to see him do it. I got to see how it affected him like this. And I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It really hit that. So I just don't like the way that the last issue was composed, but the emotion was there, and I like the fallout here a little bit more. Because like you said, he's just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
He's at that point where like nothing matters. He lost his mom, and he's willing to do all this, but the fact that this magic group comes to him and, because they need him and his rifting powers, which I don't know that much about the 7 soldiers. I just know that they've been around for a long time in different iterations. So, it looks like he's replacing the Guardian. So I'm wondering how he fits in with the rest of them. But, I mean, more Zatanna I'm never mad about, and Frankenstein for that matter.
So Connor's back.
Zatanna and Frankenstein are in this?
Yeah, Connor's totally sideways now.
So this is based off of the Morrison 7 soldiers, which, funnily enough, they never teamed up till the last issue. So there were 7, because it's Morrison, 7 miniseries of 7 issues each. So you have Clarion the Witch Boy, right? Which, of course, you have Zatanna, you have Shining Knight, you have Frankenstein, you have the Shiloh Norman version of Mr. Miracle. So I think that's important. You have the Bulleteer, and now you have Sideways. So, I always liked, because the 7 soldiers also, they're that team that exists, but they don't, because if they're doing their job, then they stop whatever is bringing them together. So, but it's, you add this, and then the not the Chrononaut, the Fusionaut stuff, and him dealing with grief. I'm back in.
Matt is so unpredictable when it comes to this book. I didn't like it as much as last issue, but I still thought it was really good. I liked him dealing with the death of his mother, and I like that this adventure is almost like taking him out of his life for a little bit to go and deal with it and get his pent up rage. In this, he can focus into this mission, which is so separate from his life. So I think when he comes back from this mission, whether it's like 2 issues, 3 issues, whatever, he'll come back with a new lease in life and kind of maybe talk to Ernie a little bit differently, maybe try and connect with his dad or something.
Yeah.
But maybe have like an actual reason to be a hero, because he's been kind of trying up until this point, but it's kind of like because he assumes he's supposed to, because like there's heroes in the world.
Yeah, there's that, and he's trying to make it big on YouTube also. So again, you nailed it with the Uncle Ben stuff, because that was like Peter trying to be a wrestler, and then not stopping the criminal that ends up killing Uncle Ben. So we kind of joked that this was DC Spider-Man, and they're leaning into it. Not nearly as much as Lemire with the Terrifics, but
just you wait until the red rabbit becomes his main villain.
But yeah, so what are you rating Sideways?
Solid 8 from me. I think it's really good.
Yeah, Rockefort art really kicked it up, so I agree with that 8.
Was he back on it?
Yeah, he's back on this issue. I guess it was just one fill-in.
That I think is notable, given that this, most of them have changed artists and whatever, but Rockefort stuck around on this one.
Yeah,
I feel like Rockefort has a lot of input with Didio, so I feel like he gives the story points he would like to see, and then Didio fashions.
And Rockport's been very good at deadlines in the past, anyway, at keeping a monthly schedule.
And to be fair, the fill-in we got was DJ Domenico, so it's not even like we dived into.
It's a good fill-in.
Yeah,
It's a very good fill-in.
So it's good stuff.